Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing something different and recording at night, so I'm not sure how good this lighting looks, but we're just gonna roll with it, and I guess I'll see when I'm editing the video. But today I wanted to quickly talk about eating healthy and why it seems like it's such a difficult thing to do for a lot of us. I had written notes on this, but I don't have them with me, so I'm going to try not to ramble. But I had thought of a few different reasons why it seems like eating healthy has become so challenging. So eating, something we need to do every single day to survive, has become so complicated that a lot of people are starting to feel like we can't eat anything. They do not know what to eat. There are so many different diet trends and fads that are coming and going, and people just feel stuck and confused and really don't know what to do, even though they want to try their best to, do what's good for their body. So the first thing I considered when thinking about why has it been so difficult for some people to eat healthy, and it is just a lack of information. And where older generations, our parents, our grandparents, ate a certain way, they ate certain foods. Today in 2019, those same foods and ingredients are made completely different from what they ate 30, 40, 50 years ago, and it's hard to understand why. It's hard to really grasp the fact that there's a thing called GMOs, and our food industry is not transparent in this country, where we don't necessarily know what's GMO and what's truly organic. What does that mean? Does the word even hold any weight anymore? All the processed foods and things that are on the shelves in the grocery store, it's processed, it's in a box, but it says organic, so you think it's healthy, and that's not necessarily the case. So definitely misinformation on our parts as consumers, but also, the people who are providing the foods are not being transparent and letting us know the sources of the food, whether they are genetically modified. What does organic mean? It's such a blurred line, and it's really hard to pinpoint what is right and what is not. It's not a black and white situation at this point. Another thing that is definitely in our control that makes eating healthy, eating well, just a little bit more complicated is the fact that we don't listen to our own bodies. And even here on YouTube, there are so many different diets and ways of eating and lifestyles that what works for someone, it may be easy to think that it will work for you as well, and that's not always the case. So even if a food is healthy, it still may not work for your body, and you may not digest it the same. It won't affect you in the same way. Just like people with allergies and sensitivities to certain foods, just because it's considered healthy doesn't mean it's going to work for us. So I do think it's very important to pay attention to how we're feeling after we eat certain foods. For example, I love rice. I love rice. There was a period of time that I ate rice almost every single day, and then as I started to slow down and really be intentional and listen to my body, I realized that me and rice, we didn't get along too well. And after I ate rice, I felt really bloated, I felt really sluggish, and it just did not digest well. Even quinoa does not digest well. It upsets my stomach so much, where that's the healthy alternative to rice. I thought it would work for me, and it doesn't. So all of our bodies are different, and we really need to pay attention to what it's telling us, because our bodies do speak to us. We just are not listening. We're on autopilot, and we just, go with the same routines, eat the same foods we've been eating because we like how they taste, or we're just accustomed to them. But it's so important to just slow down and really think about what we're eating, why we're eating it, how it's making us feel after we've consumed it. I think that's probably the most important thing and the easiest way to take control of our health, to find what's working for your body, regardless of what anyone else says about a specific food. I love to eat with my family and be social and, you know, share stories and things over food. Food is amazing. But the first function of food is to fuel our body, to give us energy to get through our day, to give our body the nutrients that it needs to be healthy and strong and thrive. I think if we switch our perspective to the things we're eating being necessary to really keep us alive, keep us healthy and going and strong, making those choices and creating new eating habits, I think will be that much easier if we look at it from that perspective. Also, just being extremely intentional about the things that we are eating and why we're eating them, and getting to know our bodies better and not necessarily just relying on a doctor or an outside source to tell us how we should feel, tell us how things are supposed to work inside our body, but actually research what is going on inside, research your digestive system and how it works and what's going on and why and when and how different things can affect you, eating certain foods at certain times. All of these things are so important, and it really isn't common knowledge, although it's out there. We just have to take the time to really care enough to look into it. So those are just a few of the reasons why I think some of us have been struggling. And I say us because I'm in and out of different ways of eating, and I've had to adjust the way I eat over the years. And that's another thing. As I'm getting older, I realized that some of the things I used to be able to eat without a problem, I can't eat anymore. And it can be a combination of the way those foods are now produced, also my body just changing and rejecting certain things. So we really have to stay on top of those changes and how they are affecting us. So yeah, that's just a few of the reasons why I think eating healthier can be a bit of a challenge. I would say the best tips that have worked for me that can go kind of across the board is eat whole foods, really limit the processed foods, limit the artificial sugars, dairy. Some people can eat dairy and they're okay, but I'm not one of them. And then of course the most important thing is just drink a lot of water. There's debates about water and the type of water we should be drinking too. It's so much information. It's almost too much information that you get overwhelmed and feel like you can't figure out what it is you need to do with your body. But I say take it one day at a time, listen to your body, see how different things affect you, and just take it from there. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic, especially now, the beginning of the year, everyone's switching over to healthier, plant-based, whatever they're doing. Everyone's doing keto now. Just whatever your ideas about eating healthy, what that means. Yeah, I would love to talk to you in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.